John's story. After Jesus and his disciples begin baptizing in the countryside, questions start to circulate and comparisons quietly creep in. John the Baptizer's disciples notice that crowds are now gathering around Jesus, and what once felt clear begins to feel uncertain. They come to John with concern, pointing out that the one he testified about is now drawing more attention than he is, as though something has gone wrong, as though John should feel threatened, overlooked, or replaced. John listens, and then he responds, not with defensiveness or regret, but with joy that feels settled and unforced. He reminds them that no one can receive anything unless it is given from heaven, and that his role was never meant to be permanent or central. He was sent ahead, not to be the bridegroom, but to prepare the way. Then John offers an image that changes everything. He describes himself as the friend of the bridegroom, the one who stands nearby listening for the bridegroom's voice and finding his joy not in being noticed, but in knowing that the moment has arrived. The joy of the bridegroom's friend is complete, he says. And then come the words that have echoed through generations. He must increase, but I must decrease. This is not resignation, it is relief. John is not shrinking into nothingness. He is stepping fully into alignment. His joy is not diminished by Jesus' increase, it is made whole by it. What he was called to do has been fulfilled, and that fulfillment produces joy, not loss. John's exuberance does not come from being central. It comes from knowing he belongs. Reflection. John's joy does not come from success as the world defines it. It does not rise from recognition, influence, or staying relevant. It comes from alignment. He knows who he is. He knows what he was called to do, and he knows that God has kept his word. For someone who has quietly believed that God might be disappointed with them, exuberance can feel out of reach. Joy can seem inappropriate when life feels messy or when your role appears to be shifting. But John's story tells a different truth. God is not disgusted by your humanity. He is not withdrawing his favor because your season is changing. And he is not measuring your worth by how visible or needed you feel. Exuberance rises when you realize that God's favor is not fragile. It does not disappear when roles change or when attention shifts. His delight is steady, and his joy over you is not diminished by growth in others. John's decrease is not loss, it is freedom. And from that freedom comes joy that is real, unforced, and deeply satisfying. This is the joy that comes at daybreak, the joy that follows long nights, the joy that does not need to be earned.